Hello, dog. Friends, countrymen, Canadians, welcome back to Between the Sharks. This is sort of a weird kind of announcement episode. It is not fit out there for man nor beast. As you can see, we're kind of shoehorned in here, you know? The Model T is indeed coming along, and it's pretty exciting. But the Chevy and the Cadillac also live in here. And believe it or not, we still have a project, another full build that I'd like to eventually get here. I've had it stored not here for 10 years. So, what am I getting at? Well, let's go. Let's take a look. So this is what I'm talking about. Not fit for man nor beast. I mean, it's gross out here. So I live in the southeast. Winter kind of gets like this. It's cold, it's wet, it's gross, right? So I'm very lucky to have this space behind me. It's awesome. Not ungrateful for it at all. But oftentimes doing the dirty work, or when I just need space or need to weld, dog's chasing a squirrel. You can get it, dog. You can get it. Oftentimes, I end up out here working on this bench, or I've got the Chevy pulled out into the yard. But on a day like today, that's just not really a feasible thing. I'm not saying there's no space, but a guy could stand to have, you know, a little more room to, like, walk. It turns out that if you wander around next to the garage in the general junk stash, kind of car parts, kind of junk, we've got there's some space here. This shop is 24 by 30, and it's not too shabby. I'm not complaining. I have shoehorned this third car in here, which was never really the intention when I built the place, but you know, I should have known better. In addition to sort of being the hobby shop where I get to work on this fun stuff that I like to do, this also serves as command central for all things repairing around here. I tend to do things myself, and that's because I am stubborn and indeed cheap. So this is also the supply house and the tool housing for all the electrical work, plumbing work, all my woodworking tools for repairs and builds that involve not metal, lawn care, because the guy ought to cut his own lawn. Oh, and painting, auto repair, because the newest car I own is a 1990. What I'm getting at is this place houses a variety of tools, a variety of hardware. While that's great, there's not a lot of room to work with those tools or those hardwares. Hardwares? Hardwares. What would be great is if we had some swell covered parking for at least 2 more cars. Those 2 cars. Then we could cycle in our daily drivers as needed, have a little more room to build this, bring in our next full build project. The mind can just come up with 1,000 things we could build if we just had a little bit more room for activities, you know? Think all kinds of things. Basically, I see I've got 2 options. I either need to get rid of some cars or get more space. And obviously the first answer is no fun at all. So more space, I believe, is gonna be our answer. Guy got to thinking, scratching his brain pan, took out a ball of twine, made a couple little marks, and I think I might be able to fit 25 feet more covered spacitude here that I might be able to shoehorn 3 cars into, at least 2. Right. I am who I am, and I'm cheap and stubborn. That means I'm gonna do it pretty much myself the best way I can. I've done all the numbers to figure out what the most cost-effective, quickest, you know, the things, all the things. And it seems like if I can grade this myself, which I believe I can well enough, and I order a carport frame kit that I can then modify and then buy the tin to sheet it, I'm gonna come in a couple grand below what it would be for anyone else to do it. That's if I could even find anyone else to do it, because I've actually made a couple phone calls and none of the carport making people like can promise me anything within the next 2 months and want extra money. Oh, and by the way, they will not put it next to this garage. They need 3 feet all the way around. So I was probably going to do it myself anyway, but I've, convinced myself that that's, the only option. I thought I would bring you guys along because I think it's going to be kind of interesting. There's going to be a lot to figure out as I go. I've never done this before. I've done things kind of like it before, so we should be, okay if I don't get in my own way too bad. And once we're done, I'm super excited about the next project to go in the garage and for the extra space and to have a little more room to work on days kind of like this. The same thing we all need, right? A little more space. And if you don't need more space, you need more time. But, right now I think we need more space. Because, we're jammed up. What do you think, Bruce? And Bruce? And Bruce? Alright, the Bruces agree. Thanks for watching Between the Sharks. Let's make this happen.